obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. I will stop the fight. You guys have questions. Touch gloves if you want. Back up.
Busy schedule for Chris Choo in the red gloves. Utah veteran Cole Shafer counters in the blue. This professional middleweight main event is brought to you by MJM Construction, experts with extensive experience in high-quality work. MJM Construction, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Shafer opens up with the striking. A bruising leg kick lands on the lead leg of Choo.
I talked to Cole a little bit backstage, and part of his game plan was to make sure he was throwing those leg kicks.
Really nice touch by you, Eric. Not opening up the game plan until the fight is going. Chris Choo clocks on the chin. And into the standing exchange as we go, as Shafer targets the chin of Choo. Big overhand right connects for Chris Choo. Straight into the wrestling of Cole Shafer, always in his back pocket.
Cole had taken a couple of pretty good shots there. It's good, I think, that he blocked him up. Got a little bit of a breather. Choo's really tough, really tough.
All three of Cole Shafer's losses have come by KO or TKO, most recently in April of 2022. Investing in the body a little bit is Shafer, but Chris Choo right now doing the damage in terms of the control time.
And he's doing a good job of reversing that cage position and getting Cole against the cage.
Chris Choo spent a lot of time standing in round number one. That shot echoes out towards the park in favor of Shafer. Making it messy in the phone booth are both fighters right now, Eric. A little bit of dirty boxing being shown.
This is really some great exchanges on the inside. They're being very busy. Choo was doing a good job going to the body, then going to the head.
Shafer headhunts, retreats back to the center. A couple of vicious elbows land before they move out of that one. Chris Choo, incredibly durable, loops a right shot. Blocked by Shafer. And back into slowing it down is Chris Choo.
Can hear Cole's corner asking for some elbows in these tight quarters. Good duck under.
Precise timing by Shafer. Now chasing the back. Hasn't took him to the mat just yet. But Chris Choo fighting back positionally as well, trying to peel off those hands.
I don't know that Cole's end result here that he wants to go to the cage necessarily. I think he just wants to control Choo. As I say that, though, he folds him over. Right to side mount.
Shafer tallies his first takedown of the night. 2 minutes to work in round one for the former Division I wrestler. Shafer wrapping around the neck, not cinching it up, but more so just trying to stay atop Chris Choo as he'll reverse his way back over.
Nice reversal.
Veteran versus a rising star, no doubt about it here tonight. Shafer been around the fight game for quite some time. Obviously the wrestling game much longer. Chris Choo more so splashed onto the scene around 2020. Chris Choo digging in deep, trying to find some mobility on the hips of Shafer.
Choo getting his first takedown.
Certainly not the easiest thing to do versus a former Division I tournament qualifier.
Yeah, and Cole's doing a good job defending, so Choo's tenacity really showing through.
Very similar first round to what we saw last time out for Chris Choo just 42 days ago. His wrestling separates him from the pack, but Cole Shafer right there with him as a couple of takedowns have already been scored on both sides.
I'd like to see Cole try to get up and at least finish this round in a better position, just from a judge's standpoint. But Choo doing a good job of controlling him and doing a good job of getting some ground and pound in there.
Chris Choo, his first time at middleweight since July of 2023. First time as a pro, couple of catchweight bouts is where he's primarily been. But back to the center we go, top of round 2 of a possible 3. Shafer opens up with a popping jab. Lunging forward is Choo. Shafer making him pay for it.
Nice reversal from Cole.
Shafer with some more elbows in the standing exchanges. Haven't seen that before. We saw a lot of knees in April, Eric, but the elbows seem to be another new weapon for the Heber fighter.
Big overhand landed from Choo there, but Cole looks like he fared it okay.
Still has his wits about him. Choo finds his way to the clinch once again, but some blood seeping from that left nostril of Choo as Shafer reverses the position.
Cole's doing a good job of keeping his head pinned against the cage, so he's going to have a harder time trying to reverse this. She's looking a little battered.
Been through a handful of wars. That last one versus TJ Kohler took just about everything out of him. I was actually shocked when this fight was made, given the quick turnaround, but faring well so far, about halfway through the fight, as Shafer trickles in a few more shots to the body. On a wobbly foundation is Choo. Shafer picking his shots well.
Choo looks hurt.
Trying to close the distance. Shafer counters with a knee. Cole Shafer following with exactness to what his corner just said, bringing him down to his head, able to do so. Shafer, a new member of Agema. That's now his primary home in terms of where he's getting his reps day in and day out. Seems to be rendering optimal results right now, Eric.
Yeah, right to full mount. He's in a really good position. Choo does not look like he's enjoying life.
Shafer isolating one wrist, positionally still with the advantages. Now framing on the face as well is Shafer. He follows it up with an elbow.
Good work out of elbows with Cole. Cole utilizing the elbows here. Also in the stand-up when he had him against the cage, he was using some pretty good elbow work.
Couple of them unanswered at this point. 90 seconds left in this second round.
Another good elbow.
Another couple of bouncing elbows land for Shafer. Choo in a tough spot, trying to find his way out from the bottom. But from what I have heard from so many cohorts at Agema, it is borderline impossible to get out from under when Cole Shafer's on top.
Yeah, he's really aware of his body positioning. Has good weight. You look at how he's in a tripod here, working that elbow. He's looking phenomenal.
Chris Choo not going away whatsoever. Still actively and attentively defending everything from Shafer, but Cole Shafer just seems to be up in front right now as we head to the third and final round. Cole Shafer flirting with that 6-3 record again. Chris Choo already 2 fights this year.
Cole doesn't even look like he's breathing hard.
Optimal gas tank out here in northern Utah. Couple of shots as he sticks and moves out of the way of Choo. Shafer, a perfect entry as we have seen so many times before. Chris Choo once again falls back to his back. Chris Choo searching for some submissions from the bottom, potentially an armbar here, Eric. As a slam will potentially tighten it up, as you've told me before in the past.
It can. There he goes. He pulls his arm out. Sometimes that locks it in. You got to be careful. Plus, there's a lot of energy wastage if you're deadlifting your opponent that way. But Cole definitely knows his business.
Shucks his way out of the attack, and now Shafer back to an offensive position in top mount, or side mount, I should say, of Chris Choo.
Oh.
Devastating elbows. Chris Choo seems to be locked up.
Those elbows hurt me.
Certainly some weight behind them as Cole Shafer getting creative.
A crucifix. It looked like he was going to try to isolate the arm, get him into a crucifix, maybe finish it, but this...
Shafer walks his way up to the top, and now 3 minutes and 15 seconds to work. Well in front, Eric.
Transitioning back into full mount.
Another stinging elbow lands for Shafer as he transitions.
Oh.
Oh. Stiff elbows to the face. Chris Choo keeps fighting back, but not much more of this can be taken. Tyler Tomlinson giving it a good look.
Cole's just smashing him with these elbows.
There's the finish. Cole Shafer, 6-3, stringing together a nice streak for the fighter out of Heber, Utah.